And the next topic which we have to see, that inter-sublet communication. Okay, inter-sublet communication is what here, like we are having a request dispatcher here. See this, what it mean, there are a number of sublets suppose we are having. So if one sublet is taking the request, let us say you are having sublet S1, S2 and S3, right? And this is my form 1. So if form 1 is requesting to sublet 1, the data is coming to sublet 1. But sublet 1 wants to do what? It, it is doing something and then it is saying just take care all this request. So this is forwarding the request which is coming here, it is coming to here. And then it is saying just go to here. So the request will come to S2. Now S2 will take care of the request. S2 will do some more processing with the request, and then let us say this guy needs some help from some other sublet, so it can pass some request and get it here. Okay, so this sublet is calling the other sublet, this sublet is sending the request to the other sublet. See these things. So here we can say this is the including sublet, right? Here we can say this is a forwarding sublet. So we are forwarding the request from one sublet to another. Here we are including the request and response from another sublet to here, right, an existing sublet. So there are two concepts we are having here, include and forward. Okay, include and forward. So there are two methods we are having. Now there is a request dispatcher API which will help you to do this job. A request dispatcher is an object of the request dispatcher interface, right? This interface is present in the Java x.sublet package and contains only following two methods. What methods? Forward and include. Both methods take the same two arguments, request and response. Request and response. Okay. So forward will help you to forward a request from one sublet to another. Include will help you to include the some output from the other sublet to existing sublet. So works like a server side include, okay, and include the response from the given resource, okay, within the caller response. Now next challenge is, if this is the interface, how I can get the object, right? Okay, we are having two methods, I can call that methods, but how I can obtain that object? So how to get a reference to the object of request dispatcher? It's very easy. There is a two way we are having. One is the sublet context and second is the sublet request. This is the two step we are having. So once we say get sublet context dot get request dispatcher, okay, the object is ready. Okay, and then with the help of that object I can say forward or include. You can see this complete here. Here we are using get sublet context. So this is the sublet context object dot get request dispatcher. We are passing the path here, we have to pass, and then finally we are saying rd dot forward, right? Same thing here, we are creating reference and then we are saying rd equal to request dot req is what? Object of request type, and then we are saying request dot get request dispatcher. Here we'll say path. We can give the path of any JSP page, any other sublet, any HTML page, like that. Okay, and then finally we are saying rd dot forward. So it will forward the request. If I say include, so whatever the outcome from this sublet or JSP page will come to the existing page. Okay, look at this, some of the sample code for request dispatcher. So request dispatcher sample include forward we are having. So here we are using some kind of JSP page and then we are saying include. So we are passing this parameter. This guy will look for this parameter A, get the value B, do some processing and give the output here. So output will come at this place, right? Here we are including or forwarding to different page, index page. Here we are forwarding to some JSP page. It could be some sublet also here, right? So you can pass any file here. Okay, it should have some slash URL, the path. Next, which is very important, very interesting, that is SendRedirect. What is the SendRedirect here? So we can say response.SendRedirect. Okay. Now I tell you one scenario here. You guys always do some payment online, right? Let us say you are trying to recharging your mobile. Let us say you are trying to do some shopping online, right? So you go to the some kind of like Docomo or something like a kind of website where you do a recharge, right? Paytm.com, some kind of website is there which allow to online recharge, free recharge, something like that, right? So you select your voucher coupon and then say pay. Once you are saying pay, it go to the payment gateway, another complete different URL, right? You are working on the one URL and it is just going to the different URL automatically, right? How we can do that? So in that case, we have to use SendRedirect. Forget this all. You always reserve your ticket like irctc.com, right? Some kind of makemytip.com, cleartip.com, right? And then you select your all these type of you book your ticket, right? And finally, after selecting all the constant and all, and then you just say book, and then you say pay. Once you say pay, it go to the different URL. It go to the payment gateway. If you're saying some bank account, ICI or SDFC, it go to the SDFC website, right? Or ICI website or bills pay website, right? So different URL completely. How we can do that? Look at here. I just made one example here that consider I have one sublet destination. This sublet is called by some kind of URL. Just click here. This sublet is calling. I'm not doing anything there. Okay. Now this sublet is generating one dynamic page. That page is containing what? It is containing like this radio button. So type is radio, website, value is what? www say google.com, right? Another we are having say Yahoo mail.com, right? Now if I say submit, it will go to where? To this action, send redirect. Let us say this is another sublet. Okay, so this sublet, if I check this one, my application is, let us say xyz.com. I am working on that. This is allowing me facility to just go to any URL like google.com, yahoo mail.com. So once I check and say submit, it will go to google.com. If I click on the Yahoo, it will go to the yahoo.com. Okay. Now see this code here. What we are doing? We are writing here request.getParameter website. So we are looking for the website, getting the site here. And then what we are doing? Response.sendRedirect. Response.sendRedirect. Response.encode rewrite URL site. So let us say if I select Yahoo, it will go to Yahoo website. If I select Google, it will go to the Google website, right? So we are using here SendRedirect. Inside that, we are using one stuff, encode redirect URL. So encode redirect URL, if you are using, then what it will do, it will not maintain the session. Okay. So once if you're coming back, it is like the session will not carry it. But if you're doing encode URL, then what will happen? Your session ID will keep carrying, and then if you come back, so from there we can come back, right, to my previous URL. So it will redirect including the session ID in it. Okay. This will redirect without including the session ID. So once we are doing transaction, we require this, right? So session ID must be carried. If I am returning back, again I will look for the session and then I will render the page, right? So that's all about